Welcome back, everybody. This is round 7 of the Formula 197 Championship in Montreal. Fuck this track. That's all I'm gonna say. Practice session, 13 laps. With the objective of just beating my personal record. Let's go. This is the attempt number 3, because the last 2 attempts were basically ended up in my car burning into flames. And the rules are stating if my car is gonna get into flames during the race, I need to repeat the entire round.
Go!
So let's just say I had enough time to practice. My first attempt in the Montreal when it comes to the race ended up in first 7 laps just getting into the pit stop, constant crashes and malfunctions, which also made Michael Schumacher lap me on the race. And then on the second attempt, the engine had burned out and I couldn't finish the race, even though I was 5th.
One of the problems the drivers have to contend with is visibility. Their visors get very dirty out on the track. Every 5 laps or so, they'll need to give it a wipe to keep it clear.
But what can I say?
Their glove or their
RNG
sleeve.
being nasty towards me.
When it gets really difficult to see, they can peel off one of the clear tear-off strips that cover the visor.
Especially on this track. And I'm saying that because I do not like this track whatsoever.
One thing we might see this year is drivers having problems with cramp. All the teams have followed Williams' lead from last year and positioned their drivers lower in the car, recline further back with their feet raised up more. And if I check how he compares with his previous best lap, this looks like a slower lap. He's down at split 1.
What's the hyper boost thing? I think you're typing that in the wrong chat. If even, because I don't know what hyper boost even is.
That's intermediate 2, and he's slower than his best.
No, I don't have the Twitch integration. This game does not have it. There's not really point of boosting because this race is kind of rigged. How am I doing? Besides driving on this one nightmare of a track,
I'm looking at his previous time.
pretty alright.
And it's a good first split time.
I'm doing pretty alright.
And if I check how he compares with his previous best lap, that's intermediate 2, and he's slower than his best.
I hope you're doing well. I hope everybody's doing better. Everybody's doing good this Sunday.
He's up after the first split. Let's hope the clouds continue to disperse and we see a little sunshine out on the circuit. He's faster than his previous best at split 2.
This year, all the teams have lowered the driving seat to try and combat the turbulence caused by the driver's helmet, which reduces the efficiency of the air intake into the engine. Another benefit they hope to see will be better handling of the car due to the lower centre of gravity.
4th, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. This is terrific.
I know, right?
What
The
a great
shameless promotion, and I don't get no money at all.
3rd gear, 4th, 5th, up into 6th. And if I check how he compares with his previous best lap, this looks like a slower lap. He's down at split 1.
Yeah, that's true. You know, even with me 3 years into the streaming and all the games that I have played through, I cannot even like, I cannot expect any form of sponsorship or partnership whatsoever. Because the only forms of like partnership of any form is I'm getting from scamming professional artists. They're having those, how they call them, they're calling them suggestions from my channel, hit me up and all that stuff, you know.
He's settling nicely into a rhythm. The lap times are improving.
I'm just waiting for eventual glitches to get fixed. I'm gonna play RE4 in May.
At split 1, he's up on his best.
I'm gonna wait for Resident Evil 4 in May, so the Capcom is going to have like a solid month to release like any patches.
The weather's getting overcast now. Let's hope it doesn't get any worse.
And then I'm gonna play and I'm gonna enjoy the living shit out of it. Just like I did with Dead Space. Or at least I hope I'm going to enjoy it, because I don't know how the game actually looks. Yeah, I'm also gonna play Classic RE4 before I'm gonna jump into the remake. I'm gonna do a single hard difficulty playthrough of the classic RE7, of the classic RE4, so I can have a point of reference between the two games, basically.
The team will be watching this lap closely on their monitors. He's already behind his best time at intermediate 1.
Actually, at one point, because, okay, my history of Resident Evil 4
is the high side pods on the
is
car, on the large turning
that
lanes.
on the modern PC, Resident Evil 4 has a very huge difficulties running on AMD graphic cards. Basically, the drivers have went so much forward that the RE4 is not going to be playing. I had to use a DXVI, not DXVI, DXVK to actually launch it to begin with. And then HD Project, obviously. So I can make it look a little bit better. after several tries which ended up in a failure.
With the car set up today, he's improved on his best practice time.
I basically was like, okay, I cannot play this game on my PC. Whatever. Let's take a look at the emulator. I have the PlayStation 2 version.
He's up after the first split.
Let's simply slide it, plug in the DVD driver, plug in the controller, get the USB splitter, launch the PCSX2, and see what's gonna happen. So I plugged in, but I'm gonna be honest, the game looks awful on PS2.
Are clearing. I can see patches
absolutely
of blue
freaking
over the
awful.
commentary box. He's up at split 2.
It's either me talking over him. Yeah, I have the band-aid on my thumb and I'm trying to like correct it at the same time as I'm driving, and it's
up into third, fourth, fifth gear, up into sixth.
that's not really happening. Yeah, it was on the GameCube. It wasn't a lot of games. Nintendo Wii too. I think it was actually very popular on Nintendo Wii.
This looks like a slower lap. He's down at split 1.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna pause the game because I need to fix my band-aid as it slipped. As well, tell me what else is surprising, because I got my thumb kind of hurt. Because of the racing, because I cannot use the thumbsticks. Sorry, not the thumbsticks. I cannot use the triggers.
I don't think he's going to better his time. He's behind at split 2.
I mean, I could try to create a new profile for the controllers, I guess, but it would not work the same way. Yeah, it definitely hurts. Trust me, it definitely hurts. If I don't have like any cushioning on this place which pushes the button, it can actually hurt very, very badly.
It's a good first split time.
Super Nox? I don't even know what that is. Is that a new Gran Turismo game? I would play Gran Turismo. I'm not even joking. If I would consistently buy the consoles, I would play Gran Turismo. I'll play Gran Turismo, but you know, consoles are expensive. Also, I don't really feel like buying a new entire platform just for one video game. Just saying, it basically makes very little sense to me.
The team will be pleased with the car set up today. He's improved on his best practice time.
I really wish that Sony, I said way back in the past, but I really wish that Sony could release a single console that would play more modern games than every single other game from the previous generation.
You cannot be tense. You're strapped in. and feel every
Let me
movement.
put it like
You
this.
pass off the car, and if you're tense with the car,
You can
it slides
already
up a little bit more.
combine.
You must relax and let the car do the work.
You can already combine PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 together,
He's
right?
faster than his previous best at Split 2.
He already has emulators for PlayStation 3, 2, and 1 available on the market. You already have the software to run the thing. Sony could just improve it. And I would be willing to pay additional $200 on top of the regular price of the current console,
The team
just so
will be
I can have
pleased
an
with the
access
car setup
to
today.
an
He's
enormous
improved on
library
his
of the
best
video
practice
games.
time.
That lap was faster.
The sun is out and we have blue skies over the commentary box. He's up after the first split.
People are already buying remasters of the games that they already own.
And if I check how he compares with his previous best lap, he's up at split 2.
Why am I playing this game? Well, first of all, I'm playing this game on stream because I did a championship, like single wave of the championship off stream, and I decided to be like, hey, let's see if somebody else have done the same thing as I did.
Your fuel's low. Pit in.
Turns out nobody have done that. Nobody have applied the same rules. Plus 069. Nobody have applied the same rules. Nobody have applied the same restrictions. Nobody have applied the same settings for every single race as I did on YouTube. Nobody have done it at all. There are people who sure have done the full championship seasons of this
like
game,
a slower lap. He's down at split 1.
and that's fine. That's okay. But nobody have, realistically speaking, done a challenge run for this game ever. Not on the scale that I'm doing it.
4. Down into first. Second.
Yeah, it's the end of the practice session,
Up
so I
into
don't
third.
care really.
4th gear. Up into 5th. 6th. That's down on his previous fastest lap over the second sector.
And this is basically my opportunity to snug in with the video
New
game
safety rules
challenge
for the design of the
with a
cars
very
this year
specific
have meant
niche.
that the teams have had to
Retro
include a
gamers,
deformable structure
if you
behind the
will.
gearbox to protect the driver in the event of rear impact. Ferrari did this last year, and they've already overcome most of the problems, like excessive vibration, which can crack the rear wing.
The team
Alright, we ended the practice session. We actually managed to reach a lap time of 1.16 and 0.2 of a second. So that's good. We're gonna return to the car setup so we can reset the weather for the qualifying session. But yeah, basically, nobody have done this game the same way as I doing it. Therefore, I'm just jumping in. Maybe providing some kind of a niche. Maybe that's gonna provide me with some form of exposure for my channel. Maybe, just maybe. And if it will, great. If it will not, well, at least I'm gonna have my own personal satisfaction that I have completed this channel. Alright, qualifying session. So qualifying session is the same, 13 laps across the track. The only difference is that I gonna have to go to the pits every 4 laps so I can compare my time with time of other players. So let's go. Yeah, I know that my PlayStation 1 would not work at all. Okay, the first lap of the qualifying is a warm-up. So I'm not expecting to beat any kind of a record.
The front wings on these cars have had to be changed in recent years. They now have a thicker, rounded end plate so they can stand a much lesser chance of puncturing a tyre if they hit it.
New motor for the disc driver, for the disc reader. Yeah, I remember because I had to do the same with my own PlayStation 1. It was fun, to say the least. It was fun.
Okay, let's have a look at the qualifying time so far. He's already behind his best time at intermediate 1.
Yeah, I'm just waiting at this point for Michael Schumacher to just drive into the track and jump in with 1 minute 16. And then I'm just waiting for him to show up with 1 minute 14 on the grid.
Let me just check how that time compares. He's down at the second split.
Yeah, in my case, that was back in the day. I only had to buy a separate motor. I didn't have to worry about buying separate consoles.
And position their drivers lower in the car, reclined further back with their feet raised up more.
I mean, right now, that's true. That's the only way in which you can technically do it. Yeah, look at that. 116 and 100th. He already done a better lap time than I would ever do.
That's a better time over the first intermediate. Well, that's actually slower than his best qualifying lap today.
Yeah, right now obtaining the hardware is the biggest problem.
This is classic racing. That time means things are looking very good for him in tomorrow's race.
Okay, that's a lap 4, so we're gonna pit in.
He's slower than the leading time at split 1, but improving on his own lap times.
The only football game that I had played was FIFA, I think, 98, and it was on a demo disc.
Their visors get very dirty out on the track. Every 5 laps or so,
I never played any other football game on PlayStation after that because I just did not find it attractive.
Really difficult to see. They can peel off one of
They
the
were enjoyable,
strips that cover the visor.
but I was just not into that genre of the video
Than
games.
his best qualifying lap today. gear, fourth gear.
Besides, the modern FIFA games are just copy-pastes. They're just straight-up copy-paste. There's nothing interesting in those games. Kind of similar to Formula 1's as well, but at least, you know, we definitely had some significant changes over a few years now, with Formula 1 2020 being currently considered one of the best Formula 1 games of the decade, at least. Okay, I'm gonna get out of the pit in 5 seconds. Okay, lap 4 is a warm-up, lap 5 and 6 is gonna be where I'm gonna try to beat the record.
Compared with his previous times, I can see that he's actually slower there. That's down on his previous fastest lap at the second split.
Return to Wolfenstein? I mean, okay. I know of the Wolfenstein series. I cannot say that I have actively played it.
Okay, let's have a look at the qualifying time so far. That's a better time over the first intermediate. He's improving on his own previous times, but still down on the qualifying leader.
This year, all the teams have lowered the driving seat to try and combat the turbulence caused by the driver's helmet, which reduces the efficiency of the air intake into the engine. Another benefit they hope to see will be better handling of the car due to the lower centre of gravity.
Yeah, PlayStation 2 had a very, very solid library of video games.
That time means things are looking very good for him in tomorrow's race.
Whoops. Well, not gonna be able to get the better time on lap 7. I can always try on a third of the last third of the qualifying session, because I'm basically splitting the qualifying session into 3 parts.
That's slower than his fastest time at intermediate 1. Interesting point to notice that both Williams and Jordan, two of the great innovators in car design, have opted for an oval air intake above the driver's head. It'll be interesting to see what difference this makes. Well, that's actually slower than his best qualifying lap today.
I swear to God, if Schumacher is gonna drop to 115, I'm gonna be furious. Again, too wide. Why I'm making that mistake? I know it's lap 8, it doesn't really matter, but on the lap 10, 11, 12, I cannot really do that.
Let's see how he compares with the previous qualifying times. His time for the first sector is better, but he's still not as quick as the fastest qualifier. Up into third, up into fourth, fifth gear, sixth. Let me just check how that time compares. He's down on the leader at split 2, but his time is quicker than his previous best.
One unique feature of the Stewart car design is the high side pods on the car and the large turning vane, which should reduce the amount of debris that is sucked off the track into the radiator grill during the normal course of a race. This sort of accumulation can actually cause a drop-off between 10 and 20% in the radiator's efficiency.
I don't remember damaging the front wing. Well, if it happened, it happened, but I don't really remember doing that. Okay, I'm gonna wait till 2 more seconds, and now. Alright, lap 8 again, warm up.
That, for a while at least, will have something of a time advantage over the other cars.
It's the other laps that are gonna matter the most on this godforsaken track.
Second gear, third gear, fourth, fifth gear, sixth gear. He's already behind at split 1 and also down on his own previous best. Third. That's down on his previous fastest lap at the second split. His time for the first sector is better, but he's still not as quick as the fastest qualifier. Let me just check how that time compares. He's down on the leader at split 2, but his time is quicker than his previous best.
Got a car in front of me. That is going to slow me down.
That's the fastest time over the first sector we've seen today.
Because now the drag is going to make me understeer. There's still a lap 12, so...
Let's see how he compares with the previous qualifying times. He's up on the leader at intermediate 2. It's not enough to be lucky. You've got to be good. And he is that. That first split time is actually faster than the current fastest qualifying lap.
He's a real veteran of Formula One, and it shows in the maturity of his driving.
Let's see how he compares with the previous qualifying
Nice.
time. He's up on the leader at intermediate 2.
I screwed it up on the last one, on the last turn.
I'm looking at the qualifying lap times now. That was an...
Yeah, that was the best that I could do. 1 minute 16 and 300th of a second. I know for a fact that the cars in the qualifying are gonna jump to 1 minute 14 out of nowhere, because on this track doing a qualifying session doesn't matter, really. Yep, no matter what I would do, I'm still landed on the 8th position. With Frentzen actually being first, Schumacher second, LAC third, Ralf Schumacher on the 4th, Eddie Irvine the 5th, and Gerhard Berger at the 6th position. Alright, race. So we are getting our car ready for one pit strategy with 35 laps of fuel. And we're doing one pit strategy. Well, let's hope for the best.
Welcome to the Canadian Grand Prix here in Montreal, at the circuit named after the great Canadian driver Gilles Villeneuve. You'd never imagine that the circuit here, next to the Olympic rowing basin and the St. Lawrence River, was put together especially for the race each year, apart from the barriers which are close into the track and can catch out the unwary. The chicanes which break up its long straights make this technically quite a tough race, but last year Damon Hill made it look easy by winning from pole position to checkered flag. The Canadian fans had to settle for a second place for their countrymen. The drivers are getting ready for the start. They're lined up on the grid. Watch for the lights going out.
Oh my god.
He's just hit David Coulthard. He probably just lost concentration.
Lovely.
For a second.
That's what a great beginning of the race.
Oh no!
Front wing already destroyed and I need to go to the pits.
The black and white diagonal flag means unsportsmanlike behavior. Now the course officials are waving green.
Not even the start of the race and I already have to go to the pits and I'm gonna lose all the positions.
You've got quite a lot of damage there. Do you want to come in?
I want you to shut the hell up. Because I'm not blind. I might have an inborn eye defect, but I'm not freaking blind.
The front wings on these cars have had to be changed in recent years. They now have a thicker, rounded end plate, so they can stand a much lesser chance of puncturing a tyre if they hit it.
What a horrible start of the race. There was no realistic way for me to react to that in time.
The team will almost certainly use this stop to replace his front wing. The mechanics are working on the damage as fast as they can.
Oh, that was at least a relatively fast exchange
Look at
of the
that.
front wing.
He's got through past Fisichella.
From 8th all the way back to the position of 21. Fisichella also have lost the front wing, so he's also gonna try to regain his position.
The gap is growing. Let's see how they stand now. The race leader, Michael Schumacher. In second position,
Obviously, he's
John
gonna lead.
Alesi. In third, Eddie Irvine. In fourth,
Because there's no other drivers.
In fifth, Ralph Schumacher. In sixth, Gerhard Berger. This young man had a fantastic first season last year, giving his teammate Damon Hill a real run for his money in the championship battle. This year, all eyes will be on the French-Canadian as he continues his Formula One campaign. That's past Coulthard. Into lap 3. His lap time is quicker than the car he's chasing. He's definitely gaining.
There goes Arrows Yamaha.
He's overtaken Hill.
That was actually Damon Hill too.
Okay, let's see how the drivers are doing lower down the order. In 15th place, Jan Magnussen. 16th, Williams number 1. In 17th place, Mika Salo.
Yeah, he's gonna dive into the inside now. Yep.
Brilliant! He's closing the gap in front. He's swarming about all over his gearbox.
There goes Magnussen.
That's
And I see a Minardi.
Magnussen.
No, I'm not gonna overtake him over here. Now it's my moment to overtake. He's a slower car, so I can actually negotiate a little bit. Okay, now we'll catch the other drivers. According to 14th, the race is still young. So I'm hoping I will be able to catch them.
Look at that! That lap will certainly help him catch the car in front. The top positions are: first, Michael Schumacher. In second position, Jean Alesi. In third,
there's something happening.
Eddie Irvine.
That's the Zauber had an
In
engine
fourth,
malfunction,
Ralph Schumacher.
and that technically allowed me to gain a lot of positions.
He forces his way through.
I think at least 3
Fifth,
positions.
Gerhard Berger. Sixth, Heitz Harold Frentzen.
Yep, exactly 3 positions. So you're definitely going for the top 10 right now.
If I just have a glance at their lap times, he's lapping slower than the leader.
Yeah, because leader has a broken AI because it's Michael Schumacher, and he's always gonna be faster. Because that's how his AI is set up for this race. It's just rigged. It's actually distance matters, because if I would be second right now, it would be pretty challenging, but because of the beginning of the race, it was catching him up. It's gonna be very difficult, if not even impossible. Prenton have dropped for the 6th position from the 1st.
And the gap is closing.
Which technically means that if something's gonna come to worst, I'm gonna be the only Williams driver that's gonna catch the point this race.
Okay, let's see how the drivers are doing lower down the order. In 7th place, Mika Häkkinen. In 8th place, Olivier Panis. In 9th place, Johnny Herbert.
That's the same Zauber with a malfunction. He did not went into the pit stop yet.
That lap will certainly help him catch the car in front.
Yeah, Francis have lost his position to Mika Häkkinen. I am not being very happy about that.
He's closing the gap.
I also don't see any cars in front.
I'm looking at the race order now. In first, Michael Schumacher. In second position, Jean Alesi. Third, Eddie Irvine. In fourth, Ralf Schumacher. In fifth, Gerhard Berger. In sixth, Mika Häkkinen. His lap time is quicker than the car he's chasing.
He knows what he's got to do, and he's doing it.
Well, I'm trying to do my best, also trying to keep my focus.
And the gap is closing.
Like right now I'm just focusing on getting the best lap time so I can get to the top 10, because I'm currently on the 11th position. And I think I can see somebody in the front. And there was a little tiny bit of a dot of hope.
He's coming up from behind now.
The front gave you 21 more games for PlayStation 2. I mean, that's nice. The bigger the collection, the better.
Excellent. The car in front will be getting worried after that lap time. Olivier Panis. 11. Williams number 1. What's happened? In 12th place, Rubens Barrichello.
Isn't Isn't Montreal the track where Oliver Pansy broke his leg and he had to be replaced with Jarno Trulli in '97 season? I don't accurately remember. Yeah, that was a little bit too wide onto the exit over there. Doesn't matter, I still see Olivier Panis in front of me. I'm still gonna catch him.
I'm looking at the lap times now. That's a bit off the pace set by the race leader.
Yeah, I'm going for it. That's the 10th position.
The gap in front. He's overtaken Panis.
A little bit too wide on the exit, even though I kept the speed, but this road, this track is just so bumpy. It's at certain points impossible to stick with the track.
Gaining.
Because the bumps are just pushing you to the outside, just all the way to the outside.
The top positions are first, Michael Schumacher. In second, Jean Alesi. Third, Eddie Irvine. In fourth, Ralph Schumacher. Hang on, he's closing the gap. In fifth, Gerhard Berger. In sixth, Mika Häkkinen.
Which at points it basically turns the entire race into fight with the track rather than fight with the other cars and basically fight to gain control over the car. Going in, Frentzen in front.
He's closing the gap in front. Unbelievable! That's taken him past Nakano.
To imagine that Frentzen actually have started the race on the first position, now he's on now he's only in top 8. Must be really crashing for him. Soul crashing,
right
maybe. And now he sadly is going to drop because I'm going to overtake him.
That's past Frentzen.
I think I can definitely fight for top 6 during this race. Am I gonna win? I have no clue.
Now, what about the drivers in the lower positions? In 13th place, Jan Magnussen. 14th, Damon Hill. In 15th place, Jos Verstappen. That lap will certainly help him catch the car in front. He's closing the gap.
Are we there yet? Not yet.
And the gap is closing.
Look, this is only a one-seat car. Why are you complaining like you're a backseat driver? Like, come on. I'm not your Uber, goddammit.
Exceptional! The car in front will be getting worried after that lap time.
Though imagine an Uber that can drive 270 kilometers an hour.
I'm I'm looking at the race order now. In first, Michael Schumacher. In second place, Jean Alesi. Third, Eddie Irvine.
No.
Wait a minute. In fourth place, Ralf Schumacher. In fifth, Gerhard Berger.
I'm gonna have
sixth
opportunities
place,
to overtake Herbert.
Mika
It's just not now. This might be a good time for overtake. There we go.
He's managed to get past Herbert.
On 7th
He's
now.
actually up on the leader's time at split 2.
I see Hakkinen in front. That means we're gonna definitely get the top 6.
He's closing the gap in front. And the gap is closing. Mika Salo. 18th, David Coulthard. He's coming up from behind now.
Okay, he's faster, and also he's smarter, because we are inches from the crash. I was actually expecting that to happen. And there we go, so we got the top 6.
Of course, the reward for driving like this should be vital points for the driver and the team. Amazing! He's closing the gap in front.
And the fight still continues. We only have lap 15. So it's like 1/5 of the race complete, more or less. Probably
The gap
less.
is growing.
The cars are also going to go to the pit soon. It's lap 15. And I'm really counting on that now.
The gap is growing. Let's see how they stand now. The race leader, Michael Schumacher. In second place, Eddie Irvine. In third, Jean Alesi. Fourth, Ralf Schumacher. In fifth place, Gerhard Berger. Sixth, Williams number 1.
Crunch, by the way, this race is happening in your country. Can I ask you politely, what the fuck?
And the gap is closing.
This track is more bumpy than any off-road that I have ever driven. Not even in real life, but in video games. Hold up, my band-aid have slipped and... Sorry about that. My band-aid on the thumb have slipped and it was starting to... getting stuck on the X button.
quarter of the race gone now. That lap will certainly help him catch the car in front. He's closing the gap.
The top 5 is really pushed through. Like they went invisible. I have not seen the top 5 in like pretty much since the beginning of the race.
He's coming up from behind now.
Yeah, Schumacher have pitted in. That means the cars are starting to pit in right now as you speak. I still have another 17 laps. Well, yeah, I can count 17 laps from now before I'm gonna go to the pits.
He's closing the gap in front. He's taken 5th position.
There we go. Taking 2 positions just like that.
4th.
A little bit risky on overtaking little Jordan over there, but still worked. And I think that's what matters the most.
That was actually a better first split than the current leader.
Now, my car and everybody else's car have relatively the same amount of weight.
Race order. In first place, Eddie Irvine. In second position, Michael Schumacher. In third, Gerhard Berger. In 4th position, Williams number 1. Hang on. In 5th place, Ralph
Minardi,
Schumacher.
please.
In 6th place, Jean Alesi. His lap time is quicker than the car he's chasing.
A little bit too wide over there, but not terribly bad. Basically, not to the bad to the point
And the gap is closing.
in which my car will start slipping. Now this is where the lapping have begun. So everybody's now gonna struggle with the cars in front. But yeah, it's one of the Benettons. That means I'm taking the 3rd position now.
The car in front will be getting worried after that lap time. He's moved up into 3rd.
So now the only thing that is... I already have the 3rd position, which is great. So now I have 2 Ferraris in front.
He's definitely gaining.
And I'm not sure if I'll manage to catch Michael Schumacher. I would say that Eddie Irvine will be caught. But Michael Schumacher...
And the gap is closing.
I have absolutely no clue about that one.
His lap time is quicker than the car he's chasing. Let's see how they stand now. The race leader, Michael Schumacher. In second, Eddie Irvine. In third position, Williams number 1. Hang on! In fourth, Ralf Schumacher. In fifth place, Gerhard Berger. In sixth position, Jean Alesi.
I just dropped the leg down for a moment and should do it on the straight.
He's dropping back.
It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. Granted me a little bit of a heart attack, but nothing too serious.
The benefits of his many years' experience in Formula 1 really show in a race like this.
And the gap is closing.
Yeah, the two Ferraris are just rushing forward, man. At this point, I'm questioning if I will be able to even catch Eddie Irvine.
He's dropping back a bit.
Got 13 laps. Maybe I will. There's like 10 seconds between us, so I might catch him. If I'm not going to catch him on the road, I'm going to catch him in the pits. Because he must go to the pits. Every AI has to go to the pits at least 3 times during the race.
For the middle section of the race. His lap time is quicker than the car he's chasing.
Depends on the duration of the race, of course. The script of the game calculates like 1/4 of the race. And that basically gives them a little bit of a warning. The script kicks in and the AI goes to the pits. Unless it's Michael Schumacher, because he goes to the pits much later than everybody else. Why? Because the game was rigged from the start. You could say that I'm playing Fallout New Vegas, if you will. To some extent.
The gap is growing. Let's see how they stand now. The race leader, Michael Schumacher. In second, Eddie Irvine. Third, Williams number 1. Fourth, Ralf Schumacher. In fifth, Gerhard Berger.
Who went to the pits? Oh, it's one of the. I think it's one of the Tyrrells or one of the Tyrrells or one of the Stewards, not Arrows.
He's closing the gap. He's actually faster than the race leader at split 2.
Faster than the leader? Okay, that means that something have happened. Either I have I'm low enough right now on fuel that I can actually start catching Michael Schumacher, or he had some kind of malfunction, or he got stopped by somebody in front.
He's closing the gap in front.
I'm currently slowly but surely closing up to Eddie Irvine. I would suspect between 0.3 to 0.5 of a second per lap.
And the gap is closing.
If I'm gonna keep that speed, keep that speed up, I might be able to catch him before I'm even gonna go to the pits myself, which would be great. But as Murray Walker would say, catching is one thing and passing is quite another.
He's closing the gap. His lap time is quicker than the car he's chasing.
Oh my god, yeah, all that work wasted.
He must have hit the barrier.
I hate this first corner. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. Absolutely freaking hate it.
He's losing ground.
This entire track is horrible. The first corner is absolutely
Let's see
dreadful.
How they stand now. The race leader, Michael Schumacher. In second, Eddie
If I
Irvine.
could, I would skip this track altogether and never race on it again.
In fourth position, Ralph Schumacher. Hang on. In fifth, Gerhard Berger. In sixth position, Jean Alesi. Williams
What
number
was
one.
that?
A bit of a knock there, I think, Martin.
You're right there, Murray.
Yeah, of course, all of a sudden I could not, all of a sudden the controls decided to be like, hey, he's just gonna go right for that barrier right over there. Stupid piece of shit of a track. I hate this track.
The gap is increasing.
Yeah, I can truly say that I'm gonna be happy with the third place. I'm making way too many mistakes right now.
The gap is growing.
And the gap is continuously growing. That means I'm not gonna catch them. I wasted my opportunity.
Marvellous. He's closing the gap in front. He's definitely gaining. And the gap is closing. The car in front will be getting worried after that lap time.
How much do I have? Plus 16?
Race order.
Okay.
Michael Schumacher.
That means I'm 6 seconds in front of the Irvine. I mean, 6 seconds behind him. Which could also mean that I'm actually gaining some speed. Which means that the chance is not wasted yet. Who's in front of me? Is that Minardi? Is that a Minardi? Yes, it is.
He's definitely gaining.
I got 6-7 laps of fuel left before I'm gonna have to go to the pit stop. Okay, if I'm gonna keep my composure, keep the focus, I still will be able to catch them both.
That lap will certainly help him catch the car in front. He's coming up from behind now.
That's a second Minardi right now. Oh, you are going to slow me down, aren't you? Yeah, he's going to slow me down.
Since Frank Williams first formed his team in 1970, he's taken them from relative obscurity at the back of the grid through to their first championship win in 1980 and on to be one of the consistently major players of the last 17 years.
Yeah, a little bit too much gravel on that part.
He's also had to endure his share of tragedy in recent years, but he's overcome the setbacks to take 8 Constructors' Championships, equaling the record of Ferrari. The car in front will be getting worried after that lap time. He's coming up from behind now.
That's one of the Prosts, and thankfully he let me through.
The gap is increasing. Race order. Michael Schumacher, Eddie Irvine, Williams #1, Gerhard Berger. Beautiful! His lap time is quicker than the car he's chasing.
4 seconds of a distance between me and Eddie Irvine, and around between 11 and 12 seconds between me and Michael Schumacher.
He's coming up from behind now.
And I see Eddie Irvine in front. He got definitely stopped and hauled by the other drivers. By the driver that he tried to lap, but they are not allowing them to do that. I think that's Shinji Nikano in front of the Eddie Irvine. And now he's letting him through. Perfect overtaking right there.
Up into second.
Up to a second position. Cross lets me through as well. That means
He's taken the lead.
Michael Schumacher went right now to the pits, which gives me the leadership on the race. 2 laps before I'm even gonna go to the pit stop. But sadly, also in front of me, there are 2 cars that are much, much slower than me. They are not really giving me any good opportunities for overtaking.
I think
Oh,
they may have had a bit of a bump
and
there,
Irvine right
Martin.
behind me.
The yellow
He lost
flags
the
have
front
been
wing.
waved by the marshals. That's a warning.
He lost the front
Some
wing.
kind of accident.
I couldn't do anything
There's
about
the all
that.
clear. The green flag's being waved.
Feel bad for Irvine.
We're at about half distance at this point.
And now Michael Schumacher is 8 seconds behind me. That's a tempting offer to overtake over here, but the Tyrrell Ford is just not fast enough. And he's not really letting me through, so... Another spicy situation, that is my chance.
Race order. Williams number 1. Michael Schumacher. Eddie Irvine. Jean Alesi.
We're probably gonna lose the leadership when we're gonna go to the pits. I'm pretty ready for that. And my Band 8 is definitely not really cooperating with me today. I'm sorry about that, guys. I should not pause the race like this, but I need a Band-Aid if I don't want my thumb to hurt to oblivion. Alright, on this lap I'm going to the pits.
Your fuel's low. Pit in.
Which means that right now I'm gonna spend minimum of 10 seconds in the pits, replacing front, back wing, and refueling another 35 laps of fuel. Or refueling for another 35 laps. But at least on the good side, we have managed to taste that victory. Taste the first place. At least we got this much good going on right now. Can't go to the pits. I don't know if Arrows Yamaha is going to go to the pits as well. No, he's not.
With that damage, I would think that his team will replace the rear wing when he stops.
Just happening right now.
He'll be very aware that races can be won or lost in the pit lane.
Let's go.
That's a slow one.
Well, lost the first place, but Schumacher is not really that far in front. So I might be able to catch him. Eddie Irvine is right behind me. We still got the place on the top 3, so I don't really complain. Yeah, just trying to do our best.
The gap is growing.
Now Michael Schumacher is definitely lighter, which makes him a little bit faster. Victory Kool-Aid. Well, my Kool-Aid is Earl Grey. Tea Earl Grey hot. Which I actually emptied the last sip of it just now.
He's closing the gap.
So if there's anything that I could drink, it's only gonna be water. But not when I'm driving.
Race order.
Michael Schumacher still has to go at least once more to the pits.
Eddie Irvine, Jean Alesi.
So if I'm not gonna make any mistakes,
He's losing ground.
I will be able to catch to him and overtake him.
He's really on a roll.
I can definitely feel how heavy my car is with 35 laps of fuel.
The gap is growing.
Yeah, like I said, Schumacher right now is much lighter, so he's gonna gain for the next couple laps. My role right now is to focus, drive, and not make stupid mistakes.
He's definitely gaining.
And either maybe catch him before he's gonna go to the pits, because if he's gonna go to the pits, this is where I'm gonna overtake him.
He's closing the gap. His lap time is quicker than the car he's chasing.
We are lapping faster. That would mean that Schumacher is currently struggling with overtaking other drivers on the race.
He's coming up from behind now. He's definitely gaining. Race order. Michael Schumacher, Williams number 1. Eddie Irvine, Jean Alesi. Yes! That lap will certainly help him catch the car in front.
Yeah, I did a little bit of an emergency braking over here so I don't get kicked to the outside.
He's losing ground.
Arrows and Stewart Ford in front of me. Not gonna be able to overtake them on this corner. Six seconds of a difference between me and Michael Schumacher right now. And I think he started to regain all that distance again, because I think the two cars that were behind me were actually blocking him for quite a little bit of time.
He's definitely gaining.
According to the game, I'm gaining, so hey, that's all that matters, right? The gains.
He's actually up on the leader's time at split 2. His lap time is quicker than the car he's chasing.
I'm jumping back and forth with the gains, with the gain time. It's 7 seconds over here, 6 seconds over there.
His drivers having problems with cramp. All the teams have followed Williams' lead from last year and positioned their drivers lower in the car, reclined further back with their feet raised up more. He's definitely gaining. Race order. Michael Schumacher, Williams number 1. Eddie Irvine, Jean Alesi. He's dropping back a bit.
Yeah, like I said, I'm gaining, losing, gaining, losing. At least it's as far as I care, it's a stable time, stable amount of time. Stable enough for me to catch him while he's gonna go to the pit stop.
He's dropping back a bit. The gap is growing.
Yeah, now he gained a little bit because there's probably not really a lot of cars in front. But it's true, Crunch. I'm glad that I managed to keep up. Like I said, the AI, when it comes to Michael Schumacher, is super cranked. Always favoritism, by the way.
He's closing the gap.
He knows what he's got to do, and he's doing it.
Oh, that's one of the stewards with a malfunction. I don't know if they're gonna be able to fix it.
The gap is growing. His lap time is quicker than the car he's chasing. Race order. Michael Schumacher, Williams #1. Eddie Irvine, Jean Alesi. He's dropping back a bit. He's dropping back a bit. We're into the last third of the race.
Okay, he just gained 3 seconds, almost 3 seconds in one lap. What? Schumacher just gained almost 3 seconds in one lap. Like, excuse me?
He's losing ground.
That is what? Like I'm asking politely, what?
The gap is increasing.
Just all of a sudden, just nitro. He just DSR'd throughout the entire
track. One of the problems the drivers have to contend with is visibility. Their visors get very dirty out on the track. Every 5 laps or so, they'll need to give it a wipe to keep it clear with the back of their
Crunch,
glove
thanks for stopping
in their
by.
sleeve. Of course, when it gets really difficult to see, they can peel off one of the clear tear-off strips that cover the visor.
His lap time is quicker than the car he's chasing.
Well, he had to slow down for something over there.
The gap is growing. interesting point to note is that both Williams and Jordan, two of the great innovators in car design, have opted for an oval air intake above the driver's head. It'll be interesting to see what difference this makes. The sky's beginning to darken, and if I look up from the commentary box, I can see quite a few clouds overhead now.
Could it be that the weather is gonna play a little bit of a favorite for me?
Michael Schumacher, Williams #1. Eddie Irvine, Jean Alesi.
It's not gonna be a favorite because rain in Montreal means just getting car slip on every single freaking corner, no matter how fast or how slow you go. As if the track itself wasn't already a big enough pain in the ass.
He's losing ground. And the gap is closing.
You made me slow down,
This year, all the teams have lowered the driving seat to try and combat
because
the
I wasn't sure what
turbulence
you're gonna
caused by the
do.
driver's helmet, which reduces
God damn it,
the
Terrell.
efficiency of the air intake into the engine. Another benefit they hope to see will be better handling of the car due to the lower centre of gravity.
It actually might be raining. Oh wait, it's Canada, so it might be snowing. Yes, yes, yes.
And the gap is closing.
Gap is closing, you say? When I see those 9.5 seconds, I kinda freaking doubt that.
The gap is closing. The car in front will be getting worried after.
Okay, either Schumacher got stopped or he went to the pits. I think he went to the pits. But he was so fast in those pits. Like it was just a couple seconds.
Race order. Michael Schumacher, Williams #1. Eddie Irvine, Jean Alesi.
Wow, there's just so many cars in front.
He's losing ground.
I think that's him. He's right in front. See ya.
Now he's in first place. This is the final quarter of the race.
Okay, 18 laps left, and we managed to overtake Schumacher legitimately. Now we just need to work so so he doesn't get through me. It might actually start raining. The racing line have disappeared. He actually just went to the pits. He's now refueling. So previously he got stopped because there was a car with a malfunction. Oh, the happy days. Overtook him even before he went to the pits. And now he's pitting in. He's already 15 seconds behind me. That means that no matter what, I'm still gonna be lighter than him, but of course it's AI. So he's gonna be much faster because he's just set up that way.
He's really been pushing hard to get some clean air and keep track position.
New safety rules for the design of the cars this year have meant that the teams have had to include a deformable structure behind the gearbox to protect the driver in the event of rear impact. Ferrari did this last year, and they've already overcome most of the problems, like excessive vibration, which can crack the rear wing. I may be speaking too soon, but it looks to me as if the rain isn't as hard as it was.
Rain did not even start it.
Race order. Williams number 1. Michael Schumacher, Eddie Irvine, Gerhard Berger.
The rain haven't even started yet. And I kind of do hope it's not going to start because it's basically rain means
really
everybody's going to have to
get some clean air and keep track position.
everybody, including me, going to have to drive slower. And that means I'm going to have to spend more time on this track. And I just do not want that. Just want to finish the race.
It does look as if the weather may be changing for the worse if those clouds are anything to go by.
I don't see any raindrops. And I hope I won't. Okay, McLaren in front, and I have gained so much advantage over Schumacher. So much of it. It's incredible how fast I actually am right now. Almost a minute I'm almost over a minute faster than him. How did that suddenly happen? I don't get it. And yeah, those are the first raindrops. That means now AI is gonna turn on into the panic mode and they're all gonna go to the pits. So they're gonna all wear wet tires. Something that I don't really have to do yet, because I'm gonna have enough grip.
Well, I can see spots of rain on the monitors now. Let's hope it doesn't turn into a downpour.
Actually, it might rain.
Williams
It's not gonna change anything. It's gonna make me stay longer on the track.
Eddie Irvine.
That's what it's realistically gonna change. The only car that at this point did not get lapped is Michael Schumacher. What the fuck?
There must be an accident. The yellow flags are out.
What was he thinking? He's not going for the first place. Matter of fact, he got lapped.
That means all clear.
This could be a disastrous combination if it keeps up.
What was the deal with that?
Slick tyres and rain. One unique feature of the Stewart car design is the high side pods on the car and the large turning vanes, which should reduce the amount of debris that is sucked off the track.
And it's my fault, really?
During the normal course of a race. This sort of accumulation can actually cause a drop-off between
the guy know I was going through. He know I was overtaking him. He ran in the back of my car.
He's just hit Katayama.
How is that my fault? How is that my fault when I am the leader of the race? Yeah, most likely gonna change to the wet tires, so we also gonna replace the rear wing.
It's looking a bit slippery out there. Do you want to come in for wet tires?
Not yet. I'm gonna politely wait until there's a little bit of bigger splashes of water under the tires. Because the weather conditions might still change as we speak. And by change, I mean for the better.
Race order. Williams number 1. Michael Schumacher. Eddie Irvine. John Alesi.
Hello, Red. I'm gonna try to give you a shout out either after the race or when I'm gonna go to the pits. Depends on what kind of weather conditions I'm gonna have to deal with.
We've got wet tires.
And we're going to the pits right now, so... How goes the race? Well, I'm first, but I'm not gonna lie, the very far half of the race was very, very difficult.
Damage to the rear wing like that cannot be helping his air.
Yeah, I'm gonna... I need to do two things, actually. One, which is shutout for red over here. And the second thing I can do right now... Oh, actually, I'm gonna do it right now, before I'm gonna drive. I need to drink some water. And that is that more biological requirement. So, let me tell you.
Dynamic efficiency. I expect they'll replace it at this stop.
They can't afford to make a single mistake in the pits. It's absolutely vital.
Let me tell you now.
Does their job perfectly.
The beginning of the race, at the very beginning of the race, I've lost the front wing, which caused me to go to the pits and go down from 8th position to the very last position. So pretty much,
absolutely lashing down on
so pretty much since the second lap of the race till the half. Like further half of the race, we have tried to gain all the positions back, and we managed to. And we are fighting to catch the #1 driver, which in this case is Michael Schumacher. We managed to overtake him because he had to slow down in front of the car that had the severe malfunction. We catch him on the finish line. He was trying to catch us back, but he had to go to the pits, which gave me additional several seconds of the leadership. Right now he's 1 minute behind me, and he also had to go to the pits because he had to change tires because the weather conditions have changed pretty much in the last 10 laps of the race from sunny dry to the rain. So yeah, here I am. I would say that very well fought first position. I would say I very well deserved. Now it's actually 10 laps to go. But because it's rainy, I need to drive a little bit slower, which is gonna add between 10 to 20 seconds per lap. What is that Yamaha is trying to do? He should let me through.
That's a Williams. I think that was contact with the
I should brake a little bit more over there. It's fine though. No severe damage to the front of the car.
Race order. Williams #1. Michael Schumacher. Eddie Irvine. Jean Alesi.
But I cannot really drive very fast. Because this track is just one bump in front of another. And if I'm gonna take a bump in the wrong way, my entire car is gonna slip on top of the wet situation on the track, which already makes everything more slippery. Okay, rain is now stopping. So I need to go to the pits again.
When you're
For
driving
the
a Formula
slicks.
1 car, you cannot.
The weather just cannot make up its
You
mind.
feel every movement. You're part of the car, and if you're tense with the car, it slides that little bit more. You must relax and let the car do the work.
The weather just cannot make up its mind. And I do not like that.
This could possibly take 11, 12, 13 seconds if he takes on enough fuel to finish the race.
The team's been practicing this over and over again until it's perfect.
Undecisive weather is the worst thing that can happen to me right now.
It's looking a bit slippery out there. Do you want to come in for wet tyres?
Ah, shush. Again, oh my god. This weather, man. I have to go to the pits again. Because the weather cannot make up its goddamn mind.
I imagine that this will be his only stop. We'll know when we see how long refueling takes.
Absolute clockwork precision from the pit crew. It's a quick one.
We got 7 laps to go and the weather is acting like a spoiled brat.
Of course, one of the major problems with
Okay,
this amount of
now the
water
weather is
visibility.
actually made up its mind. It's probably gonna rain till the rest of the
Back
race.
cars, meaning that you have to really hang back from the car in front if you want to see where you're going.
Race order. Williams number 1. Michael Schumacher, Eddie Irvine, Jean Alesi.
The arrows are in front, but the cars seem to be weirdly faster right now for some magical reasons. I mean, then again, I was driving on a straight and the AI cars, the other drivers are always gonna be faster on the straight than I am. They're gonna suffer on the corners because they're slowing down extremely. Like they go when the acceleration goes extremely down in the corners, but on the straights they're acting like it's nobody's business. Four laps left of the race. And now it's storming. At the last final parts of the race, it decided to storm, which honestly, a little bit of rain going down, it's not going to hurt. No, now it's 4 laps. Because on 67 he's gonna say that's 3 laps to go.
Weight is king in a Formula 1 car. Every
My bad.
kilo you have to carry loses you about 200ths of a second per lap. Fuel load, as in the aviation industry, is measured in kilos, not litres, and is precisely calculated to give optimum performance for minimum weight.
Race order. Williams number 1. Michael Schumacher, Eddie Irvine, Jean Alesi.
I'm gonna overtake him over here. And that's Turtle Ford. I know I'm not talking a lot during this race, but this race really required me to focus quite a bit.
There are only 3 laps left in this race now.
Just a case of hopefully taking it home.
only got 2 laps to go.
So close. Okay. A sudden braking over there. Oh, he's gonna be faster on this straight, 100%. Or not.
And it's the last lap of the race.
Last lap, guys. Just now, just drive it slowly, take it home.
Race order. Williams number 1.
You don't have to worry.
Michael Schumacher, Eddie Irvine, Jean Alesi.
That's one of the Minardis. I don't know which one. Last time I have found a Minardi on the track, he rammed to me twice. He lost the front wing, and then he rammed into my back, hoping that I'm gonna lose the rear wing as well. Hard to say what was the real intent.
Incredible! These drivers are controlling a car about half the weight of a Mini, and these things can accelerate to about 150 miles an hour in 6.5 to 7 seconds.
And there it is, driving right next to the pits, because we have won the Montreal Grand Prix, a well-deserved victory after a very horrible start.
He crosses the line to euphoric applause.
Okay, volume muted. And that's a GG. That's a huge GG. Oh my god. That was definitely a tough race. At the beginning of the race, very first lap, starting from the very beginning, we have lost from the 8th position. We had to go down to, hey Pac, we had to go down to the very last position because we crashed with Giancarlo Fisichella. Then we have basically starting to struggle to go from the very last position to the 2nd position, and then from the 2nd position we have managed to catch over 10 seconds over Michael Schumacher. We overtook him because of the malfunction of one of the other drivers on the race, which forced him to slow down. But even if even after I overtook him, he had to go down to the pits anyway, so that gave me even more of a leadership. After that, of course, Reinhef dropped down, which slows down everybody else on the track as well. And that was a huge win, very huge win. 1 hour 34 minutes and 41 seconds on the track. Schumacher with plus 1 minute and 37. Eddie Irvine, Jean Alesi, Gerhard Berger got lapped once, and Ralf Schumacher got lapped twice throughout the entire race. The fastest lap was 1:16.9, and it was set up by me. So after 7 rounds, I got 70 points. Michael Schumacher got 42, Jean Alesi 17, Gerhard Berger 16, Eddie Irvine with 13, and Olivier Panis with 8. That makes Williams at 76 points, Ferrari 55, Benetton at 33, Prost at 9, Jordan at 7 points, and McLaren still holding the 1 point since forever. And that... Actually, I'm gonna make a... There we go, save state done. And that's gonna be the end of round 7. For people on Twitch, I'm losing frames. I just lost 4,000 frames. I don't know why, but I'm gonna say this much. I hope you guys can still hear me at least. For people on Twitch, yeah. Anyway, for people on Twitch, I'm gonna do... hopefully, if the internet connection is gonna be good, I'm gonna do one more race. But if... Yeah, I don't know why the picture lagged. It's just suddenly internet have probably died for a second. Anyway, for people on Twitch, like I tried to say, we're gonna do one more race after the break. For people on YouTube, hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, subscribe, ring the bell, slap the like, leave the comment. All the links that you guys need for music, which, speaking of, I need to credit the music creator. Wrong command. Music that's playing in the background buzz has been made by Carl Casey at Whitebat Studio on YouTube and whitebataudio.com as the official webpage. All the links for any kind of stuff that you guys need to know is gonna be down below in the video description. I'm gonna thank you guys once again, and I'm gonna see you guys in round 8 in France, Magny-Cours.